Hello, this is BestNoob. Map is Calderis Refinery, and today I bring you a very high level 1v1 between the currently first and second player of the ESL ladder, namely BestNoob and Yaay. Let's start with BestNoob playing a teleporting ranged commander here. The mech boy has some very nice supportive war gear, very powerful late game war gear. Is a very annoying orc here to play against. Up against Yaay's Lord Commissar, very menacing melee commander. Always wants to hit stuff with its sword, but also has, I think, the strongest standard sidearm in the game. We shall see how this one pans out. Sentinel found the mech boy. Obviously, mech boy wants to exert a lot of map pressure, teleporting forward, capping points, decapping points, but the Lord Commissar will have none of it and immediately try to tie up BestNoob's mech boy here in melee combat. Sentinel, of course, cannot bleed, so is a perfect tool to apply lots and lots of pressure. But without the guardsman repair support, that's going to be very dangerous. One guardsman spot here on the other side of the map, facing the shooter boys, and considering there's double shooter boys on this side, I'm guessing Yaay is just trying to stop them from just pushing through to this power node here, which they will be very effective at taking down. Guardsmen not in green cover right now. Well, for now they're just pew-pewing. Let's look at this side here. The Sentinel easily forces off the mech boy, and the sluggers here, as expected, now decaps this capped power node. Guardsman will repair the Sentinel a little bit, and the Lord Commissar continues to cap his natural or his secondary natural requisition point. Guardsman still holding out against all these shooter boys, and these shooter boys took a surprising amount of damage. Well, the guardsmen didn't. I'm guessing they already have their sergeant. Yes, they do. But now we see a push from BestNoob's secondary slugger squad and shooters onto this power farm, and if these sluggers are actually not upgrading with burners, would have been much more effective at taking down these nodes, but as it stands, he'll most definitely get at least one power node or power generator. There is the shield from the Lord Commissar mitigating damage first. And he might even get the second one as well. Very annoying here. Bashing two generators at the loss of only two slugger models and one shooter boy model. Very annoying. But Yaay is returning the favor here in form of Flamer Guardsmen. Now BestNoob knows that Flamer Guardsmen are on the field and will constantly have to check this part of the map, or this entire lane here, whenever he sees that one guardsman squad is missing, because that is a potential wipe of the power farm. No war gear so far on the mech boy, and we have looters up. Looters very effective, obviously, versus Imperial guards. Will put lots of pressure on the Sentinel, put lots of pressure on the Lord Commissar, and will also put lots of pressure on the guardsmen. And you see, the looters do a surprising amount of damage here. This heavy weapons team had to retreat. Guardsmen now shooting down the shooter boys, and the Sentinel being very annoying. Yaay is doing a fantastic job of just spreading out very effectively. Let's see, the Sentinel does have the stomp, so could go for a stomp here, but he chooses to actually just fall back. Should have maybe stomped the shooter boys, because the shooter boys actually do a lot of damage to the Sentinel here. Slugger boys might even chase it down. I'm not so sure about that though. Nah, Slugger boys do not have the necessary range damage to chase down the Sentinel, but the melee strikes actually do hurt quite a lot. And here comes the necessary repair support and a stomp. Yes. Very nice bait here. There we have the looters. Lord Commissar, of course, does have access to the flare. Could just flare the looters here. Both suppression teams are actually suppressing each other, and the looters will find it difficult to win this engagement. Are stalling Yaay's army here though. Very effective. And the Lord Commissar, yes, will close in for melee combat. Actually does get the Carapace armor. For people who did not read the changelog, Carapace armor got a huge change that might not seem so obvious. Carapace armor used to grant suppression immunity for 7 seconds. That has of course been changed to now only grant wait, what does it do? Yes, it breaks suppression now, which means it has to be played differently, because you will need guardsmen in the vicinity to actually be able to execute one of the guardsman models. Makes a huge difference, especially because the synergy with the power sword has been greatly reduced. Usually in 2.5.1 you'd see the execution of a guardsman giving him suppression immunity for 7 seconds, and then just the activation of the battle cry or his power sword ability and him rushing at the suppression team with +2 speed. It was just very, very powerful. Lord Commissar just tanking like a beast here, tying up 2 squads, but will have to fall back 1 knockback from the sluggers. And he might go down. Sentinel still doing a fantastic job here. Just constantly decapping points, not letting have BestNoob a lot of points here. BestNoob still doing a fantastic job himself, keeping up the map pressure, constantly putting pressure on Yaay, forcing him to do all these things. Yaay dropping some mines, having realized that BestNoob does not have any shooter boy knobs up, and this will hurt. Yeah, there we see it. It hurts a lot, and this might force BestNoob to actually go for 1 shooter boy knob at least. Wow, didn't see that coming. The def gun on the mech boy will take out these heavy weapons. Very nicely done. And the Sentinel might actually also go down because the mech boy has 1 more teleport in him. And will teleport after the Sentinel. Let's see, teleport cooldown. Oh, BestNoob misjudged it. But these shooter boys might still get the Sentinel. This is so close. We do see the more Daka global on the mech boy. It's very hard to see it through the hero icon, and the Sentinel goes down. Yeah, there was just nowhere for the Sentinel to run. And this is a very, very strong position now for BestNoob, because he killed the heavy weapons team, he killed the Sentinel, and lost quite a few slugger models. Well, who cares worth quite a few slugger models? If you can go tier 2 with such an army at roughly the same speed as the Imperial Guard player, you're in a very strong position. The Lord Commissar trying to draw the attention of these slugger boys, while Yaay might go for a bash here. What are Yaay's options here? Considering he's floating such a huge amount of requisition, I would like to see some stormtroopers, just because they deal so much piercing damage. I'm sorry for that. Sluggers will find it hard to just close in so easily. And also considering that BestNoob still does not have a shooter boy knob up, they will also be very fantastic versus the setup team with the flare. Once he actually detects the looters, they're going to be fantastic. As it stands, he wants a Chimera first. He needs map presence. Now that he lost his Sentinel, now that he lost his heavy weapons team, he is desperate for this map, for that sweet, sweet map control. MacBoy is just applying a lot of pressure here, closing down this approach to the center of the map. doesn't want anything to be disturbing his capping units. Lord Commissar actually is not really bothered by this, but MacBoy spots the Lord Commissar, and the Lord Commissar should actually... No, 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 don't try to push through that. Okay, he actually does it. I think the next volley might have killed the Lord Commissar. The Def Gun is not as strong as the Looter, but still very, very... It's still a suppression weapon. And it does more damage up close, so... Very, very dangerous still. And let's see, these looters might actually... Oh, they went for a beamy looter. And out of infiltration, they will two-shot the Chimera, which in my opinion is too strong, but well, who cares. That was just very, very painful here. But it did force BestNoob to get a beam looter. Now it does not have suppression anymore. Very nice point blank grenade here from the Stormtroopers. As I said, Stormtroopers would be a nice choice here. Lord Commissar still only with the Carapace armor. Has done quite a lot of work though, because he is already level 3 and he is playing the hurt on these sluggers. But the slugger boy Nob is just so strong. It's a very, very beefy entity. Repurchase of the heavy weapons. Now we have Shooter Boy Nobs. Obviously, now that there is a Stormtrooper squad on the field, and it's looking very, very grim here. This range blob is making its way to the center of the map now. I'm not very sure what Yaay could get to. Considering there's double sluggers, Ogrins are not a good choice. Especially because the MacBoy can buff them as well with the battery pack. So it would be a close one, since it's the Lord Commissar. But yeah, so Ogrins are out of the question. Now that we have the Beam Looter, another Chimera would be very, very dangerous. And a Manticore just doesn't make any sense. In the meantime, BestNoob is making the best use of his Beamy Looter here, which it's actually useless, and he's going to bash with it. You see another Mind Drop. Mine's now obviously useless against these shooter boys, since they cannot, since they can detect, and since they can detect, they will not trigger the explosions. Some people on the forums have called for mines to affect retreating squads even if they can detect. That is debatable though, and this is definitely gonna be a fully bashed power farm. Yaay cannot match this firepower on this side here. But there we see the nice rain from the Stormtroopers. Very, very nice. Nice grenade here on the MacBoy, dislodging him from his setup position. And now he's going to try to outshoot the MacBoy here with his heavy weapons team. Fails to do so. But yeah, there we see, oh my god, the close range damage is just so high. And Yaay is going for a second heavy weapons team. This is very desperate. But in the meantime, the Lord Commissar just went all over the map, just capping everything. He's on a 3 cap right now, putting lots and lots of pressure on BestNoob to recap the map, and just forced off his shooter boys, the BB Looter and the MacBoy. So it's going to be very difficult for him to push back, because if the Lord Commissar reunites with this heavy weapons team, and Yaay is going to do that, he's going to bait them right into the heavy weapons team. BestNoob sees it, and he's wise to it. So that's going to be a 3 cap for a while. But VP is very even, 288 to 294. BestNoob going tier 3 with 2 generators still up and this capped power node over here. This is looking very grim, because even with the, oh my god, I did not see that coming. Triple suppression teams. I'm guessing he's expecting that BestNoob is already tier 3 or going for tier 3, considering he failed to bash the power. And he's preparing for tanks, I'm guessing. So tanks, if BestNoob does not see this, then this is going to be so hilarious. I'd really like to see some executed stormtroopers. But as it stands, the Lord Commissar is just going to tank some more of this sweet, sweet Nob punishment. Because the Shooter Boy Nob is actually also quite decent in melee combat. It's like he's no beast, but he will happily take a fight. Beamy Looters on capping duty for now, as are the Sluggers level 2 so far. And there we see a tank. Now this is going to be very, very interesting. Yaay is being very aggressive here. Has one autocannon, should go for one Beamy Looter. I'm sorry for those noises going offline immediately. I keep on forgetting. And yeah, Sluggers in the back line though, that's going to be very, very dangerous because, oh, and he lost Carson. Because if these Sluggers close in from behind, wow, they actually managed to pull through with Swamp him, but might lose his Slugger Boys for the trouble. Lord Commissar will go down here maybe. Oh, if we see mines on this tank here, this is going to be a huge problem now for BestNoob, because there's still a triple cap against him for some reason. Wow, this worked very well. If he had killed this tank, that would have been priceless. Would have all paid off. And the suppression team is going to maybe kill this McBoy? No. And the mines are not enough to snare this tank. Oh, so unlucky. 32 VPs. BestNoob managed to save his tank here, and Yaay Skyman did not go. Did not happen. Let's see who wins in this one. Heavy weapons team or Beamy Looters? Well, with the help of some Sluggers, I'm guessing Orks win this one. It was a nice play from Yaay, and very nice reactionary play from BestNoob, keeping his tank alive. Oh, this tank is he must not drive forward a single centimeter. Well, the Shooter Boy Nobs do detect, and they will take down all these mines, clearing the way for the tank to roll out into the center. But double autocannons and, well, let's see, where's the third one? There it is. This one is probably to suppress the McBoy and the Sluggers. Yaay will need more though. He will not be able to force off all of this. And here it comes, the tank. It rolls out. We might even see an executed autocannon. I very much, well, not anymore. Triple autocannon, this is going to be nasty. Let's see. The Lord Commissar is level 4. Here we see the nice health regen from the Carapace armor. And there's triple autocannons opening. Oh no, he should have put the mines this way. Wow, and these Sluggers getting obliterated by the triple autocannons. They will close in though. It's quadruple setup teams though. Oh. Oh no, this is brutal. These sluggers desperately trying to get into comedy. This is going to be a boom shot on his... Oh, luckily the tank misfires on that one. Everything in the world setting up here. This is going to be a dead heavy weapons team. Wow. Quadruple heavy weapons versus Orc tier 3. What's it gonna be? Yeah, this one is, I'm guessing, going down as well. Still, BestNoob down to 89 VPs. If only Yaay. Oh, and the tank goes down. But he did waste one heavy. Oh, well, that's a trade I will take any day. A heavy weapons team for a tank. And BestNoob is quite out of requisition because he has to do a lot of reinforcing. And there we see the Commissar purchase, giving the guardsmen an even more effective way to reinforce. And there we see the Beamy Looter. The Beamy Looter will close in from behind, tying up this heavy weapon squad. But this autocannon, it's just so scary. I would really love to see... Well, actually, no, I don't want to see an execution, because this heavy weapon team needs to retreat. Might have been too late. Swamp him activated. I think that's Wa as well. And this is a dead heavy weapons team. And the Lord Commissar is fighting an unwinnable battle here, because that's double sluggers on him. More suppression though. Need to suppress the sluggers. Will oh wow. So many setup teams. And now we see a Death Dread. This is a very interesting choice, considering Yaay does not have anything to snare. So let's see. He has only one autocannon, which is not going to be enough. And even more mines. The mines actually, if you trigger the mines do AoE damage still if being exploded. And there we see the Death Dread closing, and Nay has a stranger match been seen, and the special from the Death Dread does not kill the heavy weapons here. Yeah, those will have to fall back as well, because the Death Dread is very, very dangerous, and this one will have to fall back as well. The Mech Boy dies from mines, but the Death Dread might kill this one. Yes, it already paid off. Level 2 already is being snared by the mines now, but it has the Speed of Cold Global activated to negate this snare a little bit. And Yaay build 2 gens, they will go down though. Which is very unfortunate for Yaay. I would have really loved to see this. Well, BestNoob is not pushing it. Yeah, I think he's more trouble. He's occupied right now, killing all these mines. It's a very interesting match, I have to say. I'm highly entertained. Level 5 Lord Commissar taunting the Beamy Looters here. He is very unimpressed by this Beamy Looter fire. And these level 4 guardsmen, they have been heroes in this match, not going down in the face of total annihilation by the Orc army. Let's see if he actually went for a last cannon. No, he went for double autocannons. Double autocannons will be enough, especially if you execute one of them. And since he has the Carapace army, he can actually double execute the auto, or he can execute both of them. Let's see, where is the other autocannon? Oh, and more heavy weapons coming out. Yaay does want the decap. He still has a lot of VPs. He has 223 VPs, and BestNoob has only 89, and he's bleeding a lot. So he won't be getting out anything in tier 3 soon. He does have the power for it, but yeah. And this is the problem that I see with this build from Yaay, because he's struggling to actually keep up with the sluggers, and the sluggers, yeah, level 4 sluggers, This is brutal stuff, and I'm thinking this should be the last of it. Lord Commissar also going down here as well. These sluggers have been beasts, and there we see the concede. Yeah, there was just nothing Yaay could actually do here. It was a highly entertaining match, though. Seeing how heavy weapon squads could actually troll Orc Tier 3 to that extent, I wouldn't have guessed it. But really, after the very unfortunate heavy weapons kill and the sentinel kill in Tier 1, Yaay was just struggling. He did a fantastic job, though, going around with the Lord Commissar and capping the entire map, capping all the victory points, putting the triple cap on BestNoob and applying a lot of VP pressure while constantly bleeding BestNoob as well. So once he got the tank out, that was his go-to play, and he didn't pull it off. The tank barely did anything and died very, very quickly. And BestNoob was left with a lot of requisition bleed and no tank and tier 3. So he did pull through, though, obviously, since the double sluggers were just such a very effective. He went for lots and lots of flanking play, going around the setup teams, and that in the end did it for him. And the last match was just the last fight here was just very brutal, losing the Lord Commissar, losing heavy weapons team again. Yeah, that was just the last straw. No way to come back from this. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this match, and see you soon.